Summer arrived in the year of our Lord, 1859, in southern Louisiana. A survey crew delves into the swamp in order to find a new beaver hunting ground to capitalize on increasing fur prices. Pierre Boulon, the leader of the expeditionary force, is a stalwart and solid man, a veteran fur hunter and trader from the Canadian borderlands. He leads a force of 10 men into the vast bayous. The weather's sticky and warm, and after 3 days of unsuccessful trapping, the men pitch camp, somewhat demoralized. Pierre pores over maps by the light of a tallow candle in his own tent when one of his men, set to watch the camp, lifts the flap tentatively, knowing his leader's quick temper. "Sir, I saw something at the edge of the camp," the man says, a small trembling in his voice. Pierre sighed. He should have spent more on hiring men. These ones had been jumpy the whole trip. He got up with a grunt and went outside, taking the shaded lantern from the man's hands and following his pointed finger. In an instant, his annoyance turned to confusion tinged with a cold fear. He did indeed see something in the dark reeds and low scrub grass. 2 evenly spaced twin points of yellow light. Eyes for certain, but strange to Pierre. No night creature of the bayou, not even the fearful alligator, had eyes that glowed like that under light. As soon as the lantern light hit it straight on, the creature bolted, and Pierre only caught a glimpse of gray-green skin and an upright, though hunched figure. The watch was doubled, and the watchmen armed after that night. But the eyes were not seen again until the 10th day of their journey. The eyes haunted Pierre every night since he had seen them, and he would wake up in a sweat with the phantom of them in his sleepy, bleary eyes. But after vigorous rubbing, his eyes would clear, and the phantom yellow eyes would be gone. On the 10th night, the sleeplessness had forced him into a deep sleep. Though the phantom eyes still stood above him, he jerked awake around the second watch of the night, and rubbed his eyes to rid himself of the phantom when he froze in his cot. The phantom yellow eyes would not be banished, no matter how many times he cleared his sleep-stained eyes. Then he screamed as the shimmering yellow eyes were framed above him in a short but powerful frame, and a slimy, vice-like grip seized his ankles, and a fiery pain ripped up his legs as sharp fangs sunk into his feet. His screams and the screams of 3 other men ripped through the night, along with the crack of several rifles. The creature escaped, and in the early gray hours of dawn, the men took stock of the damage, terror gripping even the most hardy of them. 4 men, including their own leader, had been attacked by the strange monster, and their toes, down to the smallest, had been bitten off. The expedition was immediately abandoned, and though medical attention was given quickly after the injuries were discovered, every man who had been divested of his toes died soon after to horrible infection and fever. Thus, in 1859, the legend of the toe-eating Gubbler was born. What is a cryptid, you may ask? Here's the definition that Wikipedia, a extremely reliable source. Cryptids are animals that cryptozoologists believe may exist somewhere in the wild, but whose present existence is disputed or unsubstantiated by science. Cryptozoology is a pseudoscience which primarily looks at anecdotal stories and other claims rejected by the scientific community. Or it's just weird folk tales, legends, and creatures, which is what we are going for today. So, I have a few specific parameters that we are going to be going for. Biome. Where does it come from? What conditions does it live under? Existential state. Not existential crisis, though we may have one of those. Is it a physical creature or more of an ethereal entity? Attributes. What can it do? What makes it unique as a form of life? Disposition. Is it aggressive, passive, peaceful, helpful, etc.? And physical description. What does it look like, and how would it be described as if seen? Okay, so those are our parameters. The first one we're actually going to do, we're going to spin a wheel. Okay. Ignore this. Okay, so let's set up a few categories here. Let me restart the music. My bad. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to go forest, if I could spell correctly. Forest, Arctic,
Arctic. There we go. Urban. Underground. Desert. Not deserty. Not deset. Hold on. Desert. I can spell. Okay. Let's see here. Whoops. Okay, that apparently copies it. Okay. What other biomes do we have? Let's think about this. We have Arctic. Let's do taiga. It's kind of a subarctic, but I like to say taiga, so we're gonna go with that. Let's see. Forest, underground, Arctic. That's a decent amount of categories. What does this do? Okay, cool. Okay, we'll get to that. Can we think of any other biomes? Let's see here. Let's see. Biomes of the world. Sure. Okay. Okay, there's a lot of these. We're not gonna go with all of these. However, we will go with wetland. That includes like swamps and stuff. Swamps, etc. Grassland. Rainforest. And we'll do mountains and aquatic. Mountains and aquatic. Aquatic. Yes. Okay, that is how you spell it. Okay. That seems like a good amount of categories. So, we are going to spin the wheel and see what our first cryptid is going to be. We're gonna open this up. I don't know if there's dark mode here. So we're just gonna have to go with the blinding freaking light of this. Yeah, we're just gonna have to go with it for now. Okay. Let's spin the wheel, shall we? We're gonna unmute it. Okay. Looks like our first cryptid is going to be a wetland creature. Let's write that down. So, biome. Wetland. Swamps. Bogs. Etc. Okay. Second parameter, let's look. Existential state. Is it a physical creature or more of an ethereal entity? Since we're working with a swamp creature here, I'm gonna go with physical. It's a physical entity. I'm not gonna spin. I'm not going to spin the wheel for everything. But we'll maybe see what exactly we want to. What exactly we do want to spin for. It wants to go to my other monitor. Anyway. Yeah, so we're going to go with physical. Existential. Whoops. We're actually going to go with normal for this guy, too. We'll go with 12. Existential state. It's not stant. Physical. We're gonna go with a physical creature. Attributes. What can it do? Well, let's think about this. Let's see what makes it okay. Let us consider. There are a lot of different kinds of cryptids out there. Let's see here. List of cryptids. Let's get some ideas. Giant otter, that's cool. We're looking for wetland style creatures. Frogman, also cool. There's gonna be a lot of different stuff on here. Let's see here. Any inspiration here? Let's see. This was a terrible list. Truly awful. Honey Island Swamp Monster. Okay, it's an ape. It's an ape-like creature. I don't think we're gonna go for like a Bigfoot-esque. Okay, let's think about this for a sec. So it's a swamp creature. It's a physical creature. It's not like a ghost or anything like that. So what is it? What do we want it to do? I think let's do this. You guys can't see. Now you can. Let's switch to Times New Roman. It's easier to read. That's still too small. Okay. Let's say this. It eats people's toes. That's what it does. It is a unique form of life, a swamp creature that specifically targets people's toes. How does it get to people's toes? It steals their boots, shoes, and socks at night, and then sucks their feet. The sentence doesn't stop there. The sentence does not stop there. Under the mud and eats their toes. That could have been bad. Okay. So that's what it does. Now, what are the other parameters? Let's see. Disposition. Is it aggressive, passive, peaceful, helpful? Okay. It's definitely not peaceful. And it's definitely not passive. It is actively going after people's toes. So disposition. Aggressively after those toes. Yeah. That's what we're going with here. Okay. Physical description. Now here's where we get interesting. Physical description of the creature. We'll get to this in a sec. Okay. Is it still working? Everything good? We good? Everything okay? Okay. Toad-eating creature. Let's see. I'm gonna say it needs a large mouth. Large mouth for eating toes. Or does it need a small mouth because it only eats the toes? It doesn't eat the feet. It eats the toes, specifically. We're gonna say small mouth, but very sharp teeth for eating specifically toes. Yes, it will shear off your toes. Do we want it to look? Is this humanoid or animalian? Does it look more like a human or a? Does it look more human or is it more similar to an animal? Okay, new parameter. Good. What other physical description? So it's physical. I'm gonna say that this is a humanoid. So let's see here. It lives in a wetland, so it probably needs some form of like amphibious nature. So we're gonna say it has the head of a, let's see, a head similar to a frog's, but with a humanoid body and green-gray skin. Okay. Yeah. Ignore it all. But don't ignore this creature. Don't eat your toes. So we're gonna say it has webbed feet. And clawed feet, so it can get around in like muddy conditions and stuff like that. Let's see. Its eyes glow bright yellow when light is shined on them in the dark. Okay. Do we need any other descriptions of this creature? I don't think so. Okay. So, what biome does this creature live in? Wetlands, swamps, bogs, etc. Its existential state. It is physical, and it is a humanoid creature. What does it do? It eats people's toes. It steals their boots or shoes and socks at night, and then sucks their feet under the mud and eats their toes. During the day. It is aggressively after those toes. Its physical description: small mouth, but with very sharp teeth for eating specifically toes. A head similar to a frog's, but with a humanoid body and green-gray skin. Webbed and clawed feet. Its eyes glow bright yellow when light is shined on them in the dark. Okay. What do we call this creature? This toe-eating, frog-headed, humanoid, disgusting monstrosity that I created. What do we call this thing? I feel like it needs like a gross name. Something like a Gubbler. No one wants their toes eaten by the Gubbler. Let's see. I might honestly just go with Gubbler. I hate it so much, but I love it so much. Yeah, this is gonna be the Gubbler. Okay. We have the Gubbler. Hold on. For anyone just joining who has no idea what the flip they're looking at, Create-A-Cryptid. I can spell. Perfect. Okay. Bold. Okay. We have the Gubbler. It is beautiful. We love him. Unless we value our toes. Okay. Now, another fun part of this. I'm going to try and draw this creature. Now, something you should know about me. Okay. So. I drew my model myself. I know. Impressive. However, I traced it off of a actual pencil drawing that I did of it. I am by no means any sort of artist. I make art, but it is art more in the line of writing stories and things like that, or creating horrible creatures that eat your toes. I'm not an artist. That is why this is about to be very fun. So let's create the Gubbler. Let's get into it. Okay. Here we go. New. Yes. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me make sure I'm not going to show anything I don't want to show before I will unblur it. Just give me a sec. I have so many things open. Okay. Okay. So. Let's see here. We're gonna just look for swamp. Okay. That's a good one. Do we want something at sunset? That's pretty good. That's pretty alright. This one's also good. I kind of like this one. Ooh, I like the foggy, but I don't like the footpath. That makes it seem like it's traversed. Ooh. That's it. That's it right there. Okay. Download. We're gonna download that. And these should all be like royalty-free type stuff. So hopefully you didn't see anything there. I need to be more careful about that. Okay. Now, open. Ignore all of this. In fact, pictures. Yeah, I just downloaded this. Is this it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now then. We're gonna do a bit of a blur on this. Just a little bit of one. We're just gonna blur the whole thing. We want the foreground to be the Gubbler. Okay. Now then. Let's see here. So we established that he has green-gray skin. So let's start with that. What color is that? Something washed out. Yeah, that's a gross color. We love that. Okay, we love that. All right. So we're gonna draw the Gubbler. Let's draw. Do we want to draw him like half in the water, or like do we want to draw him like do we want to draw him like standing out of the water, like hunched over, like I think I want to draw the full body. Let's make this fun. Whoops. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. So we're gonna get to it. Let's see here. I imagine he would have like a bow-legged stance, right? Like something like that. Is that paintbrush too thick? I don't know. Whoop. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking he'd have like a little bow-legged stance like this. He'd have like big, like webbed feet. Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely like the Gubbler. Oh yeah. Yeah. He should have like a little tail. That's a tail. We'll draw that. We'll draw that later. Oh, okay. So I'm thinking he's kind of like emaciated a little bit. Like he's kind of thin. Like he's not like a big like huge creature. He's kind of like a thin like little gremlin guy, right? So we're gonna. Yeah. This is good. Okay. So he's gonna like. He's gonna have like that. I'm a get you stance. So he's got yes, okay, yes. Those are his claws. Okay, let's see here. How do hands work? If you look at my model, you know that I clearly don't know the answer to that. Yes, okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay. His arms are weirdly beefy, but don't pay attention to that. Okay. So now his head. So this is where it gets interesting, right? Because we specifically said he has a head similar to a frog's, right? So let's get some frog reference here. Let's see. Frog. I spelled grog. Frog. Not a tree frog, definitely not. No, this needs to be like a gross, like a swamp froggy. This guy for sure, brother. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay, one sec. You'll see in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gubbler, our first cryptid that we have created together. My tea is lukewarm at best. It is a work of art. I've never been happier about anything. That is a lie. I'm so sorry. But I am actually kind of happy with how this turned out. Okay, so let's see here. based on our description here. So, the Gubbler. Biome, wetland swamps, as you can see. He's physical, humanoid. He eats people's toes. As you can see, he has all of the necessary tools for that. He is aggressively after those toes, and he looks it. There's no feeling besides hunger in those eyes. Small mouth. We're gonna change that to big mouth, cause yeah. Big mouth, very sharp teeth for eating specifically toes. He definitely has that. A head similar to a frog's, we got that. But with a humanoid body and green-gray skin, webbed and clawed feet, its eyes glow bright yellow when light is shined on them in the dark. Here we go. The Gubbler. I'm going to use this color, actually. Let's see. Nope. Hold on. A little smaller. The Gub. The Gubbler. Yes. There he is. Our first cryptid. The Gubbler.